I have 3 buckets of New Year resolutions. The first one is to onboard some really cool colleagues, specifically with engineering and technical skills, and really enhance our organization to be a high performance team who really make an impact on a world scale class. So not just how we run a really good foundation, but how we really become an impact oriented foundation where you really can say, this is exactly what the team did. And this is how that played together, and see those lives or that community or that country or that company is totally changed due to how we worked. The other part is very much around ADA. And I would love that the world goes a bit further towards the Bitcoin standard, but also the ADA standard. So I would like to onboard around 50 banks worldwide, where you can basically have structured products in ADA, you can have deposits, you can take loans in ADA. So basically, you add more payment rails and payment service providers, POS terminals, and so on, that ADA becomes much more of a household name, and maybe even competing to become the world's next world reserve currency. Because I think it has a lot of the things needed, which would make a really good world reserve currency. So that would be a very interesting journey to travel. And the last but not least would be to have a lot of companies or digital autonomous organizations or people building real applications which they depend on our infrastructure.
Yeah.
And the way we would measure that and see that is not just the media announcement and all that's coming a lot of very interesting things up, but we will be looking obviously also at, let's say, the transaction fees on chain. Because when we see the transaction fees not just are rising, but we also see that they start interacting between each other. So it's not just buying and holding, but it's, due to smart contracts who's constantly being called on and is solving real life problems. And we see that kind of vibrant community coming up around that. So businesses interacting with each other without necessarily the foundation or IOSJ being in the middle, then that would be that's a trend I'm really much looking forward to.